Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The winding road to the Super Bowl continues here in the divisional round, where two teams look to take another step towards the Super Bowl. It's the Seahawks going up against the Rams. The opening kick is straight ahead, so it's time to turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
Well, Larry, there's a new stadium set to open in Inglewood in 2019, but for now, we're in the heart of the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team is coming in off and ready to go.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself.
State when he was with Wisconsin, a big completion helped lead his team to a victory. A big fourth down throw for a touchdown. And in downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
Here's Wilson. A hit as he throws there. On third down, Wilson. He's got time in the pocket. And he couldn't hang on to it through. Now Austin. We'll call that a punt with a 1st and 10. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cowboy.
Love that type of improvement. Love that type of diligence.
Goff now to throw. And his first pass is in. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he's brought down.
Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though. When you...
Here we go now. Green.
A first carry for the vet, Danny Woodhead. Calling no gain.
He won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Throwing on third. Gone. On the screen, this is Woodhead. Bad illusion.
Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
And this ball's going to be down now, right? What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and...
On first down, Procise. Not much room here as
he'll make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Try to lay one up deep. And I think that one might have been entered.
Going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Especially on third down, he's going to pick you apart.
You've got to increase your urgency. Even if you don't blitz or bring extra people on the pass rush, to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
But now then you run after it.
One receiver left, two to the right. Wilson, and he's going to go down. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage?
Through the years, you liked when you heard those words, get off the field.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Maybe you didn't like it when you heard those words.
It depended on when they were yelling them. But in this situation, it's not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn. They still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along and control the clock.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now Goff on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And
yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward, maybe to come out here in the eye. Now Wilson on second down. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the... Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Trying to lob it in there, but it's in.
Holding offense.
On the counter, it's Procise. And able to push his way forward.
The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And the hole closes quickly.
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play action since you ran it twice.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here.
Making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they...
The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he fires one in. From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. And on the catch right side, this is Sam.
I have to say, I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. A good return there.
This is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to, you got it, the benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And it pops free, the collision.
Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Throwing is Wilson, and he takes a shot on the release.
Right.
Movement there on the offensive.
False start, offense.
They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. The contact. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Now this is going to carry points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering.
All right, here we go.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gerlin. And he is going to
spread things out and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
And he can't come up with a pick. Had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things
on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now Wilson. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be brought down. A good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone.
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And seeing nowhere to throw.
Leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And this time he's got to
find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed picking up.
He's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He can't bring him down. It's an even 50-yard attempt. And Hauschka's kick is good. On the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
And he's able to get it across the touching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal. Put them in some.
And he's going to be taken down.
It was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
To throw is gone. Left side here to Sanders. Now Goff on 1st down. And Thomas has it. And he goes out of bounds.
Right, you see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from. I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Austin's got it left side. That one goes
goes for take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly.
With Larry Ridley at halftime, he'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And he's going to fight his way through.
Makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
He's going to find his man. That's Tavon.
In that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there.
Good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd been to ballet school. Got the toes down. If you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Goff now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen. Was the ladder.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work...
Now hold every... A second down carry for Procise. And he swallowed up right.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's back at it. This is taken at the 3.
A lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here. But run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Play off quickly. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. His throw caught right around the 6.
That you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
To the left, 3 to the right. To throw on second down is gone. To the sideline, and a nice catch.
Crafty.
Yep.
Wiley. Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that.
Zerline to try and get 3 for the Rams. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And so the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
And this will be... The drive starts with C.J. Procise. Credit him with a
one stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Again they run, again it's Procise. And this one goes.
Watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes. Here's Austin. And he'll go out of bounds deep. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Gurley, and able to push his way
along. You know they trust him with the football.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll be brought down here at
They can run that play on any down.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And they will not get it, because obviously love 3 and outs. They want more of that.
They created a very short and not too sweet stint for...
Right back to Procise. And they're able to get this one across.
And shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits. I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to...
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because it's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then find a way to help out their offense. Whether it's doing it themselves, taking the ball away and scoring, or setting their offense up in a good position.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
I always thought he could do a little bit more, and that was the reason why. He can push it downfield. He has a good, strong arm.
Here's Gurley. And they're able to get this one past the...
Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full-time Gurley now, and it hurts.
The one running back is Gurley. And they'll give it to him here. And they'll bring him down at the 30.
Anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Play clock winding down. Now it's gone. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And here he'll get it down to the set.
Here we go.
They run with Woodhead. And he'll be stopped just out.
There. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now it's Gurley. And this is...
Oh, no. Here they come.
And Zerline's kick is... I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the fourth quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays.
We're looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, it's just how do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
He'll dump it off to Procise. And he's going to be out of bounds. So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back. You're down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover. Offensive line lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
They run with Sankey. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown. Maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree. Bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And a fair catch signaled for, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing.
Contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Over the middle, he hits Austin. And able to get this one.
Detroit! Detroit!
On first down, gone. He couldn't quite hold it. Back to the air. Goff on second down. He's going to find his running back to stop this 3rd and 8.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing off.
Detroit! Detroit!
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. Got a man. He finds tempo. They go play action here on first down. Left side here to Sanders.
Pass and completing it.
Now a first down throw. Goff. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Emmanuel Sanders. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means...
39! Green, 39!
Goff looking to throw. And he will get into the end zone. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25.
Opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
And they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see. Again on 2nd and 10. It's Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch.
Kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great...
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to... Wilson turns and gives to Procise. They find some open field here. 26 yards.
Easy at all because you're going to face different defenses and not as much real estate to work with. Will they be able to run it or will they have to throw it in order to their heels reacting to the play? No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle.
Rush coming, and he's taken.
Okay, they moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
On 3rd and goal, Procise. And able to break one. And Hauschka's kick is good. Wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they didn't, are often a big part of each and every game, and it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work, and being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Touchdown, LA! Extra point.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air. You know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20.
It's an act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points. Looks like it's going to go down the wire. Back to throw. And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll go out of bounds across.
Situation, making the plays necessary and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got
Miss blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way.
And he can't get a throw off.
Holding. Defense.
He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted.
As this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Now victory.
And the defense did it so well, didn't they? Didn't allow any points and got the ball back for their offense in order to close out this game. What a great feat.
And now the Seahawks. They'll try and choose some clock with Gurley. 2. And now the Seahawks. And they take a knee. And they will take a knee as well.
No surprise at all.
Vic. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on